I don't know how many times I have to say this, but Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy, you're fired! You're fired! I've been saying this for the past 2 years now. You're fired! How many times do I gotta say this? Your inconsistency, your mediocrity, it's got to go. It's got to go. I'm so tired of this. The Bears embarrass themselves once again on national television. And and in response, watch this. If the Bears do not fire Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy, then guess what? I got something in response to say, and it's this. I am done with the city of Chicago. I am done with the Chicago Bears. And look at this. You never know. Hell, I might migrate down to another favorite team. You just never know. I'm done with this organization when it comes to Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace. Can you please fire these numbskulls? Can you please fire these boneheads that you call head coaches and general managers? Please. Thank you very much. So, you mean to tell me that you only managed to score 3 points in the football game against Tampa Bay? You only managed to score 3 points in this sports game? Are you serious? Are you serious? I don't know who was calling the plays. I honestly don't know who was calling the plays, in my opinion. Whether it was Bill Lazor or Matt Nagy, whoever was calling the plays, you mean to tell me you only managed to score 3 points against a depleted Buccaneers defense? And I get that Tampa Bay is the defending Super Bowl champions, but damn! Are you serious? You managed to, first off, the Bears, okay? The Bears managed to embarrass themselves once again on national television. The Bears do not belong on national television. I've been saying this since week 1 of this year. Since week 1, week after week. I have to go through this crap. And look, I understand I just stuttered, but I'm on edge right now. I really am. I just don't understand why this team always manages to shoot itself in the foot after it does a great job the week before. This team is completely inconsistent. This is the worst loss since the Mark Trestman era, which was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. And the fact of the matter is this. I've been saying this since day one of the offseason of last year. You should have fired Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy, he should have been gone a long time ago. Honestly, he should have been gone a long time ago. Matt Nagy, in my opinion, is one of the worst coaches in the history of football. You should not hire him to be on your football team. Never. He is calling all these pee-wee type plays that in the NFL. First off, who runs pee-wee type plays in the NFL? This is why the Bears managed to score 3 points. And like I said, it may have been Lazor. It may have been Lazor. But the fact of the matter is this. This all goes on Matt Nagy. Because Matt Nagy, this is his offense. And guess what? All I'm seeing is jet sweeps to the tight ends. I'm seeing what else? 5-yard curl routes, 5-yard flat routes, 5-yard 5-yard slant routes, which are taking us nowhere. Nowhere. And that's the reason why the Bears managed to only score 3 points. But the defense. Ooh, the defense. Let me not get started with that. Because this defense, please tell me. But what the hell was that? Please tell me, what the hell was that? You gave up 38 points to a depleted Buccaneers offense. What are you doing? I get that Akeem Hicks was out, but guess what? That offensive line that offensive line has some notable weak spots, and you still couldn't attack the weak spots of the offensive line. What the hell are you doing? Please tell me, what are you doing? I always have to go through this stuff every year, whether it's the offense or the defense. I just don't know. It's like every year, how do I say it? It's like every year I got to go through this every single year of just inconsistency on both sides of the ball. One game we're good on both offense and defense, and then the other game we're only just good on the defensive side of the ball. Like, please tell me why? Why? What the hell, man? I'm so tired to the point where I'm honestly at the point where I don't want to even cheer for this team for the rest of the season. And we're only, 7 weeks in? We have 10 weeks left of the season. It's going to be a long season. It really is. But going to the stats, Justin Fields, look, I get that you're a rookie, but he did make some ill-advised throws. And I have to go ahead and attack him on that. He did make some ill-advised throws. And not to mention, he turned the ball over 5 times. And not all of them were his fault, but still, that's not going to help you win football games whatsoever. He went 22 of 32, 184 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he took 4 sacks in the game. This offensive line is complete Swiss cheese. It's that bad. This offensive line sucks, in my opinion. They always manage to give up sacks. Jason Peters, you are too old for the sport of football, in my opinion. You're 40 years old. You should be living in retirement right now. I'm not even gonna name all the offensive linemen because I just don't feel like it. I'm really at the point now where I'm just about done with this football team and all this constant losing. The only bright spot on the offensive side of the ball was Khalil Herbert, rookie. He had 18 carries for 100 yards, and his longest run was 29 yards. So he did one hell of a job, mind you. He did one hell of a job. And good job, Justin Herbert. Good job. Oh, I said Justin Herbert. Khalil Herbert. Good job, Khalil Herbert. But receiving, Cole Kmet, yeah, he had 5 receptions for 43 yards and 6 targets. But there was one ball in particular where he dropped and it would have given us a first down. So Cole Kmet, honestly, I'm starting to be a little bit worried about you. Mooney only had 2 receptions for 39 yards. Allen Robinson only had 2 receptions for 16 yards. And I can tell this has been a frustrating year for him because the Bears seem to not get it right when it comes to play calling. They can't seem to get it right when it comes to wide receiver talent. They can't seem to get it right, supposedly, when it comes to quarterback talent. And Matt Nagy has been running this offense to the ground ever since week 14 of the 2018 season. Fields fumbled the ball 3 times, mind you. Yeah, he fumbled the ball 3 times, and man, it was just completely bad in my opinion. Because I felt bad for Fields. That offensive line giving up sack after sack after sack. It was overkill at that point for the Buccaneers defense. Like I feel like this team. Other teams in the league now, they're not even going to treat the Bears as the Bears. They're going to treat the Bears as damn near a bye week, considering that we have this offensive juggernaut, this offensive guru, this offensive genius that we have in Matt Nagy. I'm sick, man. I really am sick. This is the last time that I have to say, this is the last time I'm going to say to fire Matt Nagy, because after this, I'm done. I'm honestly done with Matt Nagy because his coaching, his play calling, his scheme, it just doesn't work. And it feels like he's calling all these high school type of offensive plays. And that's the reason why we're always losing the football games at the end. I'm just really ashamed in this Bears organization for even hiring a terrible man like this. Defensively, now, there were no sacks defensively. Khalil Mack couldn't go anywhere, which I get. But Robert Quinn, he was out due to COVID. Akeem Hicks, he he was out due to that injury that he suffered against the Raiders, which was a growing injury. So I understand that. But you have to understand that you're also going up against a depleted Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, or Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. And you still managed to give up 38 points. So I don't know whether it was Sean Desai. I don't know whether it was Eddie Jackson. I don't know whether it was Jalen Johnson. I don't know whether it was Kendall Vildor. I don't know whether it was any of these bad names that I just named. But whoever is whoever's playing the defense, whoever's calling the defensive plays, y'all gotta improve on this. This is just not right. It was right for NBCS Chicago to give grades, to give all the grades out. Like Lance Briggs literally gave out F's for everybody on the defensive side and the offensive side of the ball. But Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, completion percentage wise, he wasn't that great. He was 20 of 36. But look at this. He threw for 211 yards, but he threw for 4 touchdown passes with a 109.8 passer rating. So he had one hell of a day. And he threw 600 career TD passes. So congratulations to you, Tom. Congratulations. The Tampa Bay rushing attack. Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones had great games. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they had 182 total rushing yards against this Bears defense. And I understand that the Bears defense was just complete. I understand that the Bears defense was depleted, but I mean, why couldn't anybody else step up? It's just that simple, man. You can't give up 180 rushing yards and expect to win a lot of football games. Come on, guys. And then receiving wise, Chris Godwin had a day. He had 8 receptions for 111 yards, 1 touchdown. His long was 34 yards. And yeah, he torched the Bears. Mike Evans, the same thing. He had 3 touchdowns in the entire game. And he 6 receptions, 76 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did his job. So, Brady and his wide receivers had a field day. I'm just going to say it. They had a field day. And this was without Gronk. And this was without Antonio Brown. And I'm saying this probably, I'm not saying go in our favor, but I'm thinking this probably could be, we'll have an easier time. Nope. We wasn't going to have no easier time against Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. It just wasn't going to happen. But with all that being said, I'm honestly pissed off. I really am. These damn Bears just are so damn inconsistent. I've been saying since week 1 of this season to fire Matt Nagy, and they still haven't done it. Matt Nagy had one of the worst games in franchise history as a coach against Cleveland, and he still has a job here in Chicago. He should be banned from the city of Chicago for even having that type of game. And then not to mention, he lost to the Packers again. Aaron Rodgers, quote unquote, still owns us, which in all honesty, he does. He owns the Chicago Bears as far as playing them. He owns them because he has a 23-5 career record against the Bears. So you could say that. But not to mention, Nagy can't beat the Green Bay Packers consistently. He can't beat good football teams consistently. He cannot call plays consistently. Hell, he couldn't call plays consistently since week 14 of the 2018 season. That's all I got to say about that. Since week 14 of the 2018 season, he has managed to only score 17 points a ball game. So what else do you want me to say? What else do you want me to say? That's my point. The fact that the Bears only managed to score 17 points in a ball game is flat out ridiculous. Considering that we have this offensive guru, this offensive juggernaut, whatever he is, or the quarterback quarterback whisperer. Ooh. Considering we have that guy as our head coach and he only manages to score 17 points a game. What else do you want me to say? Why do you want me to say that he's good? He's been consistently horrible for the past 3 years. But Nagy, it's time for you to go. It's honestly time for you to go. This game also proved that it's time for Ryan Pace to go. It is time, perhaps, for George McCaskey to go. It's just time, man. I want to see a cleaning of the house when it comes to this Chicago Bears football team. And with that, I'm honestly done. I'm done. I'm not going to let this bother me because I've seen it before. This is the worst loss since the Mark Trestman era. And right after the Mark Trestman era, right after that worst loss of the Mark Trestman era, what did they do? They fired him right in the offseason. The first day of the offseason, they fired him. So I feel really confident. That they're going to fire Matt Nagy. I feel really confident that they're going to fire Ryan Pace. And I feel really confident that the Bears will be a good football team moving forward right after those two bozos are out of here and out of a job here in the city of Chicago. Now, if you like this video, I'd like for you guys to go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys later. The Bears do not deserve to win any more football games this year, considering that they have idiots like Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace as their general manager and their head coach. Goodbye.